I'm Jack. Welcome to Cooking for Kids with Jack. Today we're making blueberry crisp. First, we're going to wash our hands. It's really important to wash our hands before we cook. What you're going to need for this recipe is 4 cups of thawed blueberries, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a 1/4 cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of oatmeal, 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/3 cup of walnuts. You can leave them out if you don't like them, but they do make the topping nice and crunchy. Today I'm not going to put walnuts in mine. I feel like walnuts don't go in food. Right now we're going to start with the crisp. You add your blueberries in the bowl. You add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Now you're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar to make it sweet. And you should level stuff off so it's not the whole thing. So it's not like too much or too little. And now you add a pinch of salt. You never measure salt over what you're cooking. You can pour it into your hand and grab a pinch and sprinkle it in and then throw the rest away. Now you're gonna mix everything together and put it aside. Use a rubber spoon and be gentle with your berries. Now you're making your topping. You add a 1/2 cup of flour. Make sure to level it off. 1/2 cup of oatmeal. I have no idea what the oatmeal is for, but I like oatmeal, so I'm gonna give it a try. Add 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Make sure to pack the brown sugar tightly so you get all of it in. Now you're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar and then 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm using 1/8 teaspoon because I have no idea where my 1/4 teaspoon is. So you just add 2 of 1/8 teaspoon if you don't have a 1/4 teaspoon. And now you're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with nutmeg. Now we're going to mix this up. Make sure to take a rubber spatula and mush up your brown sugar and start stirring. This looks like it's gonna be delicious. Now we're gonna add half a stick of butter. And make sure to cube it. And while I'm cubing it, I'm going to talk about knife safety. When using a knife, always have a grown-up around to make sure you don't cut your fingers off. I have a grown-up around right now. It's my mom, and she's filming it right now. And even when you're not using a sharp knife, it's good to have an adult around. Now we're gonna add the butter in. The butter helps pull the ingredients together. Make sure to add it to your topping. I think any thing of food is with butter in it good. And now you're gonna take a pastry cutter and pastry cut it like this. Now you can see how crumbly it is. I worked hard on it. And now you're gonna take a drained blueberry crisp mix and put it in the bottom of a 2-quart pan, baking dish, whatever it's called. And make sure to spread them out. So they cover the bottom of the whole pan. It's okay if there's little gaps. And now you're gonna top with the crumble. And now you're gonna put it in the oven for 40 minutes at 375 degrees. And now you're gonna put your blueberry crisp into the oven at 375 degrees for 40 minutes. And never use an oven without adult permission. Make sure to set it to 40 minutes. And now you just sit back and relax. When the oven starts beeping, you hit the stop button and then hit the timer button and then take your blueberry crisp out of the oven and then eat it. This is how it will look when it's done. It looks delicious. See you next time on Cooking for Kids with Jack. Now it's time to dig in.